It was a good
You're
chance for
gonna
me
say
to put
that every
something.
time, don't
No,
you?
because it's not gonna last too long because I'm not playing well right now, and it's a matter of time that you guys go past me. One of the things to follow in the EuroLeague right now is Kendrick Nunn playing in Arca because he feeds up the crowd. Every time he hits a free, they go mad, and he reacts, and people react, and it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the EuroLeague Fantasy Challenge Podcast. This is the first episode of 2025, so happy new year to everyone watching us and watching the EuroLeague. My name is Vasiliki Karamuza, and today I have only one co-host with me because the truth is that Frankie saw the news about Lonnie Walker being maybe acquired by an NBA team because there are 5 teams interested in him and couldn't take that. So she needed some time for herself. No, I'm just kidding. That's not the reason Frank is not here. But here is the one and only Javier Gancedo. Javi, how are you doing?
What's up? Well, ready for another fantasy year, another fantasy round, and it's gonna be. Hope we can do as well as Sasha Azaria, who had 187 points, 0.85 in our EuroLeague Fantasy Challenge Podcast private league. And well, he was the best team. We didn't do that well. I got 117, around 117. You guys got around 114. Like I said, I mean, nobody played well, but let's discuss what happened to your team to get only 114. I mean, it was a low scoring round.
Yeah,
but
it was.
I guess we all made mistakes, right?
Yeah, it's evident that it was a low scoring round because the winner of the league didn't even get 200 points, which we have seen like 230 points lately. So I think everybody made mistakes. You know, it's that unlimited trades, that it's a trap sometimes because you make a lot of maneuvers. You say, I have to make the most of it because I have unlimited trades. So you end up doing things that you normally wouldn't do. And this time it didn't work out really well because neither Ercan Osmani nor Panagiotis Kalaitakis, at least for me, delivered the way I hoped and the way they used to in the previous round. So that was bad for my team. And I also didn't have Roman Sorkin in my starting 6, which played really well. And this cost me some points as well. But you live and you learn, Javi. What about the lessons you learned this week?
I learned a lot. I learned that I have to keep my emotions straight because last minute I saw that Nikola Milutinov wasn't going to play.
Yes.
And that changed. I said I have to get Mustafa Fall no matter what, no matter the cost. And the cost was to sell Socking and to sell Howard.
Yeah.
And to sell McCormack, which were 3 players that did extremely well last week. And in the end, I ended up with Codinier and I ended up with Fall. And I didn't have Sorgi, who also had a good game. And McCormack also played well. I thought he was going to struggle against Tavares, but in the end he didn't. And Fall only got 9 points. So yeah, it's been rough. But well, still I'm ahead of you too, so I'm happy about it. But it was a good chance for me to put
You're gonna say that every time,
No, because it's not gonna last too long because I'm not playing well right now, and it's a matter of time that you guys go past me. So this was a good chance to get, I don't know, 50 points ahead of you, but I didn't. I should have listened to Sasha Vesenkov. I talked to Vesenkov. He told me that Howard is gonna be my captain for last week and this week, and he aced it as always. So I have the best fantasy advisor, and just don't follow his lead.
You should. You have inside intel from one of the best players in the EuroLeague and in the fantasy, and you don't take advantage of it. So it's all on you.
He doesn't play himself. He doesn't buy Sasha.
Yes.
Sasha doesn't buy Sasha, so that makes it suspicious because I always have Bethington in my team, and that takes a big chunk of credits. It's I don't know. Of course, he can afford Howard because he doesn't have him.
Yeah, sure.
Himself.
That's true.
That's what it is. I want to discuss about some players, and I'm open to discussion if you want to talk about the others. The first one is, of course, Dinos Mitoglu. It was my only good guess this week. It was crystal clear that without Lesort, Mitoglu was going to play some minutes at the 5 position, like you said in the podcast last week.
Yes.
Had a PAR of 20 with the victory was 22 in the game. I guess at 8.2 crates, I think it is. Mito is a must right now, right?
Yeah, that was a predictable move from Adaman to play Dinos more at five. Since Lashore is out and Gabriel hadn't really practiced with the team. Even though he had a good debut, I might say, and Pana get the away win in Munich, the first team to get victorious from SAP Garden. So that was a good result for the Greens, and I think that was Mitoglu's best game this season. I think. So yeah, he's one of my options this week, and he is on my team right now. Also, the price, as you mentioned, 8.2 credits, is affordable. So maybe that will be a good move. I hope better than Osmani and Kalaijakis turn last round.
Also, I want to discuss about Howard. Besenkov is in around 30% of the teams. I think Kendrick Nunn is now the most owned player in the game, around 31%. Maledon is 25% of the teams have one each four. Howard is only 6.1% of the teams. And he's
Because
playing
he's
fantastic.
Yeah, he has been playing fantastic, but he's expensive. I think now
Yeah.
is more than 15 credits. That's that correct?
Yeah, but it's 16, I think it's 15.5 or something. But still, it's cheaper than the players I mentioned who are in every team. So, time to get Horde, maybe, we should stick to Vesenkov and Maledon and Nan and all the players that we usually get.
You know, for a second, I thought about maybe trading Sasa Vazenkov, but with Sasa, you always know what you get. He's one of the most stable players in the league, so maybe that's a risky move. But I don't know. Maybe I will try it in the last minute if I have some second thoughts or I don't know. But for now, I kept Sasa. I wanted to get hard because he has been dominating for so many games in a row. I think he has found his place, his rhythm, his confidence inside Audit Kata's system. But I wasn't very positive in trading Sasa to get him because I already have Maledon and Nan, and I didn't want to get rid of any of those because they're also playing great lately, and I didn't want to change that. So yeah, you have to take a risk at some point, though.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna keep Sasha. Okay, so far. I mean, he's in my team. I don't know if by Thursday I'll, because you know what happens to me. I talk to you, and when available, Frankie, and then I change my mind. But he's gonna play Zalgiris, and Zalgiris
Yes.
features Arnas Butkevicius, who's the kind of player who can bother him a little bit. Athletic, experienced, the same size, strong. He's the kind of player who can actually give him trouble. Not many can do it, but Butkevicius definitely can. I don't know. I think I like Howard over Sasha, but given the fact that every time I sub Bezenkov, he plays great, I'm gonna keep him basically. That's the reason.
Well, another topic that maybe is hot right now is Asvel. As Frankie said, and I hate to admit that, and he was partially right about it, is that I was a bit late to jump into Asvel train and I had the minus 10 from my coach, Pierre Poupel, last week. But on the other hand, Tio Maledon played great again. He had 25, I think, PIR of 25. So I was half right, half wrong. What's going on there?
I think Nils Sakor right now is in the same situation as Mitoglou. Some player got injured, and he's gonna play more in a position that is not his usual one. And this plays in Valle and Diaye. He didn't. He got injured. Now Sako is gonna see minutes at the four position. And for some reason, I think Sako and Lauvergne are playing really well together. Lauvergne had a 24 PAR the other day, even when they lost, and Sako had 21. Not scoring a lot, 12 points, but still getting 9 rebounds and playing well. These two players, I think they're worth considering, both at the center position. They're not very good cheap centers out there. And even the most expensive ones, Tavares had a -5 recently. Lesort is injured. And right now, everybody's getting McCormack and somebody else. And that somebody else could be Sacco or Loverne. As for the guards, Maledon right now is a must. I think he's been amazing, and no wonder he's the MVP of the month. He's been fantastic. What do you think? Would you take Sacco, Loverne, or none of them?
I was thinking about getting Sakho, but I didn't. I won't tell you before I got instead. But he was on my radars because, as you said, when there's an injury and by chance we speedy recovery to Bayendia from as well. Things change and you have to adapt. And Sako seems to be adapting really well into the position he has been assigned right now. And he started the season really well too. But then he was injured, and Laverne took his minutes in five. So yeah, there's always adjustments there. But yeah, he's a good option.
Quickly, one more player I want to talk about is Dwayne Washington of Partizan. He's been playing fantastic in the last 3 weeks, especially the last round. He was unstoppable against Fenerbahce. He didn't start the season very well. I think he
Yes.
needed kind of an adjustment period because of this weird situation that he was in, going back to the NBA, returning to Partizan. And now he's in full swing mode. I think he's at 10.7 credits. I think he's a very good option.
But the thing with Partizan is, never know who is gonna play well. They don't have like this star player that always gonna play well. You have to guess. Like sometimes it's Sterling Brown, sometimes it's Scarlett Jones, sometimes it's Tyreek Jones, sometimes it's Dwayne Washington. That's what makes me a bit hesitant. I'm not sure who's gonna step up in the next game.
Yep, I agree. And same happens with Real Madrid, actually. I had Zana Musa, and he got a 0 2 weeks ago. I had Tavares, he had a -5. So I'm just staying away from Madrid all around. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy any player for the next 5 or 6 rounds, no matter what happens. Anyway, let's move on to our teams. Let's discuss trades. Should you go first, Vasiliki, please?
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. You're being a gentleman once again. So I will start with what I said a few minutes ago. I wanted to get rid of Pierrick Poupet because I had a minus from my coach and I can't afford to do that. This is the worst thing that can happen in fantasy. So I went and bought a coach that has double his price. And I mean, Ergin Ataman from Panathinaikos. Pan is playing Virtus Bologna at home in Oaxaca. They're coming from a big away win. They want to start their 2025 in a good fashion, I think. And Virtus is depleted with Singelia being out, which is a major problem, I think, in my eyes, even though Virtus managed to beat as well in the previous round. I think like Panathinaikos is the favorite for this game. So I will go with Ataman. As we already said, I had Dinos Mitoglu in my team, and in order for that to happen, I had to trade Erciano's money. And the other two trades I made is Kalaitzakis out because I already have too many people from Panathinaikos, and I don't like to have too many players and coaches from the same team. And I got Banjesi from Paris because she was a cheap option that can produce some points for my bench, and I couldn't afford something better there. And last but not least, I had to get rid of Devin Booker because I needed to sacrifice some of my expensive players. And I got David McCormack, who I traded last week and wasn't really smart option after all because he still played really great for Alba. Now that Trayvon Williams is also out, he's a go-to guy in the center position. So that's it. What about you?
Well, first I have to say I like your trades. They're very similar to mine. Some of them are even the same. So, and shout out to Achille Polonara, by the way, who had three weeks in fantasy and not playing very well, and then the minute I trade him, he gets a PR of 26. Unbelievable. Anyway,
It happens all the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
I also traded my coach who had a negative score, Peñarroya, for Ataman. So that's the same move as you did. I also got McCormack replacing Fall. I thought Mustafa Fall was going to be the man of the. I thought he was going to be MVP in round 18. Really, when I saw Milutinov wouldn't play, it's like, hey, this is his chance. Milan is without. I mean, they have no centers, or Josh Nee was sidelined, and everything clicked until it doesn't. Of course, I traded Cordinier to get Marco Guduric. He's been playing well again. Wade Bowen is injured. Also, Zagan is injured, and Wilbekin is out for a long time. I'm not exactly when he's going to be back, but that turns Goodrich into a point guard option. He's not really naturally a point guard, but he's going to play minutes there. And then I traded off money like he did, and I got Roman Sorkin, who has been playing fantastic lately. Frankie cannot recommend him enough, and for once, I'm gonna follow his recommendation. And that turns my team into this. In turn one, I have Theo Maledon, Terry Tarpey, great signing by, I think he's been absolutely great for his price. Bezenkov, Booker, and McCormack, 2 centers in round 1. And then in turn 2, I have, well, everybody else. Dinos Mitoglu, a lot of players around 10 credits, 8 credits.
Yes.
It's Dinos Mitoglu, Tamir Blatt, Roman Sorkin, Goodrich, and Kalaitzakis with Ataman as head coach. What's your lineup?
So I will start with McCormack, Vezenkov, Shorkin, Maledon, Nunn. Have Matt Strazel as my 6th guy, and I have on my bench Malte Dilo, who only cost 5 credits and had 15 PIR in last week. So maybe that's a good move there. Banji Assi, Dinos Mitoglu, and Elgin Diaye from Real. I had to keep him even though he wasn't in the 12-man lineup in the last game. But now Gabidek is injured, and I'm not sure if he's going to play. I hope it's not a serious injury because it didn't look really good when it happened. I hope it's not serious because he had already faced 2 serious injuries in the past couple seasons. So speed recovery to him as well. And so I have Ndiaye in my bench for a second center option because I couldn't afford something better. So yeah, we'll see. We hope and pray for the best this time.
I have to say that Panathinaikos plays at home, and that's a chance to see Kendrick Nunn, who has been fantastic at Oaxaca lately.
Yes.
It's been a show. Is the one of the things to follow in the EuroLeague right now? It's Kendrick Nunn playing in Oaxaca because he feeds up the crowd. The crowd, every time he hits a 3, they go mad, and he reacts, and people react, and it's amazing. So if you can, don't forget to watch Panathinaikos Virtus. No matter what, if Nunn plays well, it's gonna be a show. But we have more games, right?
Yeah, we have more games, and we have to select captains before that.
Oh yeah, captains.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm not doing for Bezenkov this time. I'm going with Maledon.
What a surprise! Who would have thought?
Yeah, Maledon had a PAR of 24 or more in the last 6 games. No wonder he's MVP of the month. He's been rock solid. So I'm going with Maledon, and if everything goes wrong, I'm kind of in trouble because, like I said, my bench doesn't feature anybody. I'll probably go with Sorkin as second choice of captain.
Okay.
But I have to think it through. Now that I see that I don't have a superstar in turn 2, maybe I'll have to shake things up a little bit. We'll see.
Okay. So we'll go with who else? Sasha Vezenkov for T1. And I have Kendrick Nunn for T2 if something goes sideways. Like it kind of happened last week. I had Sasha Vezenkov, and as I said to Frankie, if he has less than 25, I will go with someone else. That's what I did, and I picked Nunn over Maledon, and he was slightly better than Maledon. So at least I made one good choice last week when it comes to my captain. So I hope I will make the best choice this week too.
We hope to start 2025 better. We give good advice, but then our teams don't follow their advice many times, and that makes us lose a lot of credits and a lot of points. So let's hope 2025 is a little bit better for everybody in the game and outside the game. We'll see.
Wise words from Javi Gancedo, and that was it for the first episode of this EuroLeague Fantasy Challenge Podcast of 2025. Thank you everyone for watching. Stay tuned on EuroLeague TV to catch all the action of round 19. Do not forget that the game of the week, the rivalry series game of the week, is of course the Turkish derby between Fenerbahce and Anadolu Efes. So stay tuned there, and don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and recommend this podcast to your friends.